Good day, everyone. Welcome to Journey of the Anointed with Mr. Buzz. I got to talk some more about cockroaches because I have a theory on them now for sure. I think cockroaches exist solely to be a spiritual sign. That's what they are. They are God's way of letting us know that something isn't right. So I've got about 7 or 8 incidents of it now where, I'll even give you the actual examples. It can be something as simple as a comment I make on YouTube on someone else's video. That's what it was today, one of them. Interviewer Danny Jones. He interviewed Amon Hillman or something like that. He's a guy who used to be a Christian, who left Christianity and now does his own spiritual thing. Clearly been deceived by the devil. Quite sad to see, actually. And Danny Jones seems to be eating it up with a spoon. He's definitely being deceived as well. So I make a comment. Actually, I made a comment directly to Danny Jones because I've been watching him for a long time. Sad for me to see that happen, but I had all kinds of judgment in my comment, and there was nastiness in there, and all the things that I've been learning not to do. Right? I mean, this is we'll call it God's Boot Camp 101. He's already instructed me several times on these basic concepts. This is not the way to handle them. Proper Christian will pray for that person, will realize that they too were deceived about many things in their life, and this is just for that person. It's the season that they're being deceived right now, and it's not for us to judge in the first place. I mean, all these things are basic, and I know this, right? Emotions get the best of me. Danny, what are you doing? And I start typing nasty stuff. Well, I finish the comment. I go over. One thing I'll say: God has stopped putting the cockroaches right here. He doesn't put them here anymore. I'm so thankful for that. So thankful for that. Because I wasn't even comfortable to sit here after it happened here 3 or 4 times. But anyway, he's been putting them in the living room now, a room way in the other end of the house. So as soon as I finish typing that nasty comment, I get up, and sure enough, there's one crawling right across the floor. Big old cockroach. I don't even question it now. I get the cockroach and deal with him, and I come back here, and I bow my head, and I generally know what I've done. That time it took me all 3 seconds to figure out what it was. And if I get it wrong, and I don't get the right thing and repent for it, when I go back, there'll be another one. There'll be another cockroach there to tell me, no, not that. That's happened a couple times too. In this particular case, it was correct. Sexual thoughts. That was yesterday. Yeah, yesterday. I had sexual thoughts about somebody. Just flashed into my mind, and instead of pushing it out like I've been doing, because that happens, right? And I've been pushing it out and doing pretty good. But this time, the image was there, and I looked at it, and I went, that looks good. And I just kept it going for about 10 seconds probably. I enjoyed that sexual fantasy. Then I came to my senses and went, okay, I can't be doing that. Well, as soon as I turned around and looked in the bathtub, there was a cockroach. He was actually wet because they're materializing. God is materializing them out of thin air. They're not crawling in here. They're materializing out of nothing. And all of a sudden there's a cockroach. And this little guy was it was a pool of water in the bottom. He ended up, and here he was splashing around in the water. So I took him out of there and I killed him. I do kill the cockroaches. I really don't like them. I don't kill any other bugs that I see, although this time of year it's no sense not killing them because you can't leave them go outside. They'll die. It's minus 19 out there yesterday, so. What else? Oh, I sent a nasty email to somebody a few days ago. Same thing. Not a cockroach in sight. Send that email. Hit the send button. Get up. Walk over. There he is. There's the cockroach. Staring me right in the face. I'm like, And I even thought as I was typing the email, is this going to get me in trouble? Nah, this will be alright. Should have known better. No, it wasn't alright. It got me a cockroach. It got me a cockroach. Every last thing I do, and it's instant. It's right away. The Lord is using this to let me know of my transgressions. He lets me know immediately. He's showing grace by not having them show up right here. I didn't like having that one crawling all over the Bible and stuff the other day. It happened right here while I was making a video. I was saying some stuff, and the next thing, bang! There he is. He's crawling all over the Bible. So then I get the heebie-jeebies, and I can't even stand sitting here. This is my chair where I sit most of the day. So as long as I, see now, I'm looking everywhere for them. I behaved myself today, so, well, except for those ones I said, they happened earlier. There's been 7 or 8 now. It's undeniable. This is what's happening. And it's one cockroach. Now let's think about movies. They're always a spiritual sign in the movies, aren't they? And when the Lord really wants to show his wrath, it's millions of them come scurrying out from somewhere, just cockroaches everywhere. That is what the Lord uses. That is part of his wrath. And everybody's creeped out by them. I'm super creeped out by them. I don't mind bugs at all. I'm used to bugs. I was a landscaper for years. I'm a carpenter too, and working on houses. And you know how many spiders and things. I'm not crazy about spiders, but they don't send me freaked out. Like they don't make me jump and scream and run around like cockroaches will. If I see a cockroach, well now, if I see one cockroach, I know what I did and I know what I have to do. But if I ever saw a whole bunch of cockroaches, you'd see a blinding flash and I'd be gone. And one thing I can't stand, and that's why the Lord knows it's a good way to train me, to teach me. So since he's been doing this, he's definitely made me a better person. Quite quickly, actually. I'm not saying I'm perfect. I'm not saying his training is done. It's definitely not. But definitely has made some improvements and brought me into a calmer place. I feel a lot more calm, and I think I was in search of righteousness, which is really what I'm in search of. I mean, that is legitimate. In search of being righteous, I was on guard for things that weren't righteous so I could jump on them and attack them right away. And that's not the way he wants me to do it. He just wants me to focus on me. And he deals with everything else around. I don't have to be the one to go around and look for things that aren't righteous and jump on them. It's not my job. So since he's got me realizing that, that's brought a new calm over me I'm starting to really enjoy. And because I'm starting to enjoy it, I'm going to adopt it as part of my real self, part of who I am. And eventually, I hope I don't have to focus on it or even put effort into being mindful of it. Hopefully it'll just be there. So that's my thoughts on cockroaches. I don't know if any of you have experienced the one cockroach, but if you do, and especially when it's middle of winter, and they just shouldn't be, that shouldn't be happening at all. I mean, it was literally minus 19 yesterday. It's so cold outside. This time of year, nothing survives. Nothing. There's nothing will survive. Even in, like, there's no basement under this. It's just a crawl space. But down under there, nothing can survive under there either. The ground is frozen. It's like there's no way these bugs aren't spiritual signs. That's what they are, for sure. So if you experience one cockroach, think about what you just might have done, and it could be something very small. Small to you, maybe not small to the Lord. Sit and repent for that thing you've done and see if that doesn't solve the problem. And then when you do it again, see if another one doesn't show up to let you know. I'm telling you, that's exactly how it's happening here. And I got a feeling, because I read this online too, that's what happens for a lot of other people too. Cockroaches are a spiritual sign that you need to repent when it's only one. That's what I read, is when it's only one. If it's a whole bunch, you got bigger problems. That's another story. But when it's one, you've done something you need to get on your knees and repent for right now. Mark my words. And I will leave it there. Hopefully no more cockroaches will appear here tonight. I'm having a nice, peaceful night. I'm going to have a cup of hot chocolate and chill and watch a Michael Knowles video. He's interviewing a ex-Satanist named John Ramirez, which I've heard of him before and saw him in another video, another interview years ago. But I'm a huge Michael Knowles fan and looking forward to watching the rest of that. So maybe I will put that in the description. If anybody's interested, check it out. And thanks for watching. Remember that Jesus Christ is the King of all kings.